Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my May and June 2019 book haul revisited video. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this series, I film it bi-monthly and this is where I look back at books that I acquired 12 months ago over a 2-month period, and I let you know whether I have read them, unhauled them, kept them, taken them into work, you name it. I've been doing this series for nearly 2 years now, so I've got a whole playlist. I'll leave that linked down below, as well as links to the actual haul videos for the months of May and June 2019 on the screen, so you can check it out and you can have a comparison for what I currently still own on my shelf. I acquired 44 books in those 2 months, which is a lot, and I don't actually have all that many here. I'm only going to run through titles for the things that are not currently physically in my apartment, so definitely check out those other videos if you want more information about the covers and the authors and things like that. This is just going to be speeding through because 44 books is a lot and we don't really want to be here all day. My first category is the books that I unhauled unread, and I have 3 of those this month. There is The City in the Middle of the Night, which I did start reading. This was for the Tome Infinity and Beyond readathon last year. It was one of the group books and I started it and I just could not get into it. So that one, I think I got maybe 4 or 5 chapters in and had to put it down, and I have since passed that on. The Dry by Neil Shusterman, which I started again and I just was not interested. I did pass it on to my mum, who really loved it. She really enjoyed the book. And also Rosewater, which is a book that I hadn't read, but I was no longer planning on reading it, so I passed that on as well. I have a new category this month. That is the DNF and kept. I don't normally keep my DNF'd books because I don't plan on reading them, but this is one of the Star Wars books and I collect the Star Wars books, so for the time being it's staying on my shelf. I'll see how I feel about it. Maybe I will come back to it and try and read it again at another point. That is Alphabet Squadron by Alexander Freed. I was just not at all interested in any of the characters. Okay, my next category, which has 13 books, is the read and unhauled section. Just because I read them and unhauled them didn't mean I didn't like them. I unhauled 2 copies of Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, not because I didn't like it, but because I had 3 copies of the book. I unhauled Nocturna, which was one of the books in one of the Fairy Loot boxes. I unhauled While You Were Reading. I think this was by the same authors who did who wrote the book Ninja. The Book of Phoenix by Nnedi Okorafor. Do You Dream of Terra 2, All That Impossible Space, Call It What You Want, The Wicker Light, Pan's Labyrinth, The Beholder, Hive, and Broke. All of those have since gone on to new homes, either given to friends or family, or I did start a lending library at work as well, so a lot of books have ended up on that shelf. Of the books that I have read and kept here, one of my 3 copies of Aurora Rising, plus Memento, Finale by Stephanie Garber, the final book in the Caraval trilogy, Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schult, Kindred, 12 Queer Lovers YA Stories, edited by Michael Earp, Skullduggery Pleasant Bedlam by Derek Landy, Growing Up Muslim in Australia which is edited by Amra Pajalik and Demet Divarowan, Serious Moonlight by Jen Bennett, because I will keep anything this woman writes, autobiography, Storm and Fury by Jennifer L. Armatrout, The Brightsiders by Jen Wild, Exhalation by Ted Chiang, Star Wars Canto Bight by Saladin Ahmed, Ray Carson, Myra Grant, and John Jackson Miller. Yes, that's all the books that I read and kept. So there were 12 of those. I also have 14 books that I read and kept at school or work, because I work in a school. So there was Leadership Really Matters, 400, 300, and 500 Minutes of Danger by Jack Heath, The One and Only Ivan by Catherine Applegate, Starfell, Willow Moss and the Lost Day, Goodbye House, Hello House by, I think that one was also, I think that was Margaret Wilde. One Runaway Rabbit, I've forgotten who the author was, that was a picture book. The Right Genre, which is a teaching reference book, Poems to Live Your Life by Proper Way to Greet a Hedgehog, I Am the Seed That Grew the Tree, Sick Bay by Nova Wheatman, and The Little Wave. They're all a collection of middle grade / YA / picture books / teaching reference books that just end up at work. Definitely see the book haul videos for more information on those books. And this month I only have 1 book that I have left unread for the months of May and June 2019, which honestly is spectacular for me, and that is Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray from the Star Wars series, so I will be picking this up in May for sure. Guys, I am getting closer and closer to having very few unread books from 2019. I mean, I've still got a shelf of them, but considering that this time last year I had 2 fully stocked shelves and a whole pile of books sitting outside my shelf that were unread, I'm doing really well. And even from my 2020 book hauls, I really don't have that many unread books. So I'm feeling really good about this series. It's working. It is working, if we don't count my Kindle books. In the comments down below, let me know if you have read any of these books or if you're planning on reading them in the future. I hope that wherever you're in the world, you're having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.